Hello and welcome to another Podcast Valley Sunday. I am one of your hosts, Chris Paco.
I'm the other host, Jeff Cameron.
How's it going, Jeff?
So far, so good. How about you?
Pretty good. Good. So, today we're at episode 16.
Already.
If these episodes, they could drive. They get their driver's license now.
Amazing.
It's amazing. This one's Son of a Gypsy. It was directed by James Frawley, again, the main man. Written by Gerald Gardner, Dee Caruso, and Travis Silverman back in.
Yeah, back off the bench.
Yeah, I guess Dave didn't cut it. I'm like, sorry, bud, we got to bring in Trevor. You don't understand it. You made it too much about one girl. That's not how we do this here.
Nope.
It was originally aired on December 26th, 1966.
Whoa.
Boxing Day for everyone who's outside of the United States. It's also weird that they don't take like a Christmas hiatus like shows do now.
Meow.
Just like, nope, keep putting them out.
They had them in the can, so they'll just, boom, keep putting them out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They always take breaks now. You have like your mid-season finale, a couple weeks off for the holidays.
It's a mid-season. That's a term that did not exist.
Oh, yeah.
In like the 80s or whatever.
No.
When you're watching Growing Pains, they're not plugging the mid-season finale.
Yeah. It'd be the Christmas episode.
Who's the boss?
Yeah. Christmas episode, then a couple reruns, and then it comes back.
Yeah.
But in the Monkees case, you keep working.
But the very term mid-season finale.
Silly.
Very silly. Very pretentious.
Yeah. All right, so the boys, they're sitting there across from a whole bunch of gypsies, and they're hoping that they get this gig for whatever reason.
Yes.
And there's these gypsies, and Mike says, well, of course we're going to get to play it. You know, everybody loves rock and roll music.
Man, I sure hope we get this booking.
What if we don't get the gig?
Oh, relax, will you? Everybody likes rock and roll.
And then the gypsies are talking to each other, and they go, of course they're going to bring the gypsies. Everybody loves gypsy music.
Huh.
And so this woman comes out and tells the Monkees they got the gig. And then tells the gypsies, sorry, don't call us, we'll call you, essentially.
Yep.
The one gypsy guy, Marco, the son, there's Mama, runs the show, and there's her son, Marco, and who was Sigmund / Igor / Stedman, because I could never get his name right, from the Royal Flush first ever episode of the Monkees.
She's got my jacket.
Yeah.
That aired.
In the first ever episode of Podcast Valley Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's playing an idiot again, a big, dumb, violent idiot.
Yep.
So Marco instantly tries to kill the Monkees. Like, he says, I'm going to kill you.
Immediately.
Yeah. And Mama Gypsy, she's like, no. Like, stop. You know, to show you gypsies don't hold grudges, they invite them to their camp, and we'll show them how to laugh, essentially. It's going to be good times.
Yeah.
And there's a horrible joke about Marco don't bite your nails, and he's eating a big nail.
Eating a nail.
Yeah. That's ugh.
Oy.
I hate that kind of shit.
It's a small joke.
See, about this big. It's like, sometimes I think those things are funny, but when they're that kind of laid out, it's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
But maybe at the time that was like, oh, my gosh. You know what I mean? Like, Airplane wasn't out yet.
Yes.
So.
It's silly.
Yeah, definitely.
Pack it into laughs wherever you can put them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, go to the intro. And so now the Monkees, they show up at the camp, and Peter thinks it's going to be a great time, you know, being out, and talks about all camp stuff.
Yeah.
But then the other Monkees like, no, this is going to be, they kind of smell a trap right away.
Yeah.
But Peter just thinks it's good in everyone. He's fine with it.
As veteran rusemeisters.
Yeah.
They can kind of sense that there's some rusing afoot.
Yes, exactly. And so the gypsies, they say amongst themselves that they're going to use the Monkees to get the Maltese Vulture, which is why they wanted to play this party.
Yes.
Because in this house is the Maltese Vulture, and it's worth a lot of money, I guess.
Yeah.
Marco wants to kill them.
We need the monkeys alive. But after they get us the Maltese Vulture, then if you are good grub chicks, then you can kill them.
So he's super stoked that he's going to get to kill them. The boys show up. The gypsies dress them in gypsy clothes, like right away. And then they start to give them good luck charms, which are like teeth on necklaces, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And then the gypsy dudes all take the Monkees, each of them separately, to show them the gypsy life, essentially. And then Mama tells Marco, like, you remember, you've got to knock them out, you're going to drug them and do all this stuff. And to make them steal the Maltese Vulture, essentially.
Yeah.
Just beat them up till they say yes.
Yes.
So Mickey's with one dude, and he has to drink tea leaves.
2 in a row for tea leaves.
2 in a row
gang.
for tea leaves. It's catching up to I'm a Believer in sequential episodes. Still got a way to go for guns, but
Yeah, definitely.
so then Mickey, he drinks the tea leaves, and the guy says, "Oh, I see your future."
I see you are growing very tired.
Hey, that's pretty good. You're right.
I see that you are going to fall down and be very unconscious.
I gotta admit, man, that's fantastic.
Davy's with a guy. He's going to teach him how to fight with knives with Marco, and Marco's going to teach him how to fight with knives.
Yeah.
He says we each put this handkerchief in our mouth, and we fight with knives, and the first person to let it go is a coward.
Oh.
And then they put this handkerchief in each of their mouths, and Marco stands up and pulls Davy off the ground. And then Davy lets go, and he says,
I win. I'm the coward.
and he runs away. But I thought that was a pretty funny sound clip. Peter's with a guy, and as you point out, Peter's dressed as the gypsy from a couple episodes ago at the end of the pilot.
Yep.
Mickey and Peter are like, "Oh, here's some screen tests. Don't worry about the color." And Peter's dressed in this outfit, so he obviously shot that. I wonder if Mickey's dressed in what Mickey...
No, Mickey would seem to be in his civvies.
Yeah.
But
maybe Peter wore those home.
maybe.
It's like, this is going to be the next look, I think. The gypsy look. He's showing Peter how to do gypsy dances.
When you think of gypsy, you think of a dancer.
I think of Ethel Merman.
And he brings a woman out, and they dance around him with these scarves, and they spin around him, and then he's tied up in scarves.
Yep.
And so Peter gets captured. Mike is learning about, was it phrenology?
Yes.
The gypsies originated the art of phrenology. Huh? That is the reading of bumps. From the bumps on your forehead, I can tell many things. But you have no bumps.
And so then he takes like a vase and smashes it over Mike's head. So now he has bumps on his head.
Yep.
Man, these gypsies are brutal. Just these ones, not all gypsies. So the monkeys are all tied up, and they say they won't steal the Maltese Vulture, but they're told that they have to, or else they're going to be tortured. They have these hot pokers.
Yeah.
And it's kind of intense. These
For
gypsies
real.
want that Maltese Vulture. And so they fantasize about what it would be like to be tortured in the rack.
Yes.
And they put Davy in the rack, and they stretch him out.
Uh-huh.
And when he gets up, he's taller than all the other monkeys.
Yep.
And he tells them to stand up.
We are standing up.
Switcheroo
Yeah.
from the usual
Yeah.
Davy thing.
And
That's
standing up.
cute how they pulled that off.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was a good one. So then back in reality, they're trying to talk themselves out of being scared, but it's not working. And Mom asks if they're going to do it. And the son has a hot poker, Marco. He's coming at them.
Eesh.
And then Mike says,
Wait, no, not that. You leave us little choice. All right, we will steal the Maltese Vulture. How was that? That sounds great.
so all the gypsies start rejoicing except for Marco because he wanted to torture them.
Yeah.
And he still wants to torture them.
Yep.
He's got to work some things out.
For real.
Yeah. So they show the monkeys a map of the party, and the monkeys start drawing on it, how they'd go into it, and they just scribble all over it. And all of Davy's involved going through bedrooms. You pointed out. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So where the birds are, man. There's a Maltese
100%.
Vulture. Is that like a bird or something? I like birds. I steal them all the time.
Now it's gone from Austin Powers to like a sexy George Harrison or something. I don't know, man.
I went to San Francisco. They had the lysergic. I thought it was going to be people opening their minds. It's just a bunch of bums.
Oh, wow.
That's from his... I'm not making that up. He talks about that in his documentary.
Cool.
Which is awesome. Really long, but really awesome. Anyway.
That was a good George.
Thank you. You just got to keep your lips off your teeth. That's how you talk like George. So the monkeys are ready to go, but Peter's not with them.
Where's Peter? Where's Peter?
Peter, he is staying here as hostage. If you do not deliver the vulture by midnight, we will kill you.
Wait a minute. We're a quartet.
Marco!
So Marco goes with them to the ball, and he's dressed up like a monkey, the blue monkey shirt.
Yes.
And he's just awful. He's like
Shaking maracas.
shaking rockets and screaming things.
Marco, hey, over here. Marco, hey, over here.
And Mike tells him that he's got to wait. They all have to play together
Yep.
at the same time. And he sulks because he's like, no one tells me what to do. So then Mike turns to Davy. And Davy's low because he's Davy. So Mike goes down while Davy goes up. And then Mike goes up while Davy goes down. It's just a funny,
Cute little scene.
yeah, a funny
Some
visual
physical
thing.
comedy, yeah.
I thought that sticks out as something hilarious. And they try to tell the woman hosting the ball what's going on, but she's too into her own ball, essentially. Mm-hmm. Like we all are at times to time.
You said it, man.
So then they split up and they have to find somebody to go get the cops because they can't leave because Marco will be onto them.
Yes.
So Mickey goes up to a guy and tells him everything, and then the guy doesn't speak English.
Sir, there are thieves here that are gonna steal the Maltese Vulture.
Yugoslavia, Grozny Polio Puzmunici.
The guy, yeah. And that guy is played by James Frawley.
Yep.
It's kind of neat to see him on camera. I think this is his first time on camera. It won't be his last. But he shows up.
That's awesome. It's cool to put a face to the name and the voice because he does the commentaries.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't look like that anymore, but 50 years later, he still looks the exact same. Davy and Mike put a message in a bottle, and they throw it out the window, and then a hand comes in and gives them 2 cents for the deposit.
Nice.
Which is funny, and also like something you'd never see now,
Nope.
like bottle deposits and stuff. It's crazy.
Or pennies.
Or
Especially
pennies, yeah.
Here in Canada.
Yeah, we got rid of those pennies. So Marco tells them that some guards need to be taken care of outside of the door where the safe is
Yeah.
with the Maltese Vulture. Davy goes over to them, the 2 guards, and was like, hey, guys, look what's going on over there. And then you see Mickey has a gun pulled on Mike.
Gun.
Yep, gun. And Mike's reaction is really hilarious the whole time of being held up.
Yep.
Stick 'em up! Help, help, robbery! Who is this masked man, anyway? Help, gun! Oh, terror, burglar! Burglar, help! Help! Wallet, mine, his now!
Wallet, mine, his now.
Classic Mike. I definitely want to, I assume that's all improv and it's just Mike going off. He's not like, getting
Yep,
fed lines or
good
anything.
deadpan humor. It's good.
So the guards say that they can't help him because they have to guard the door. They're not allowed to
Can't
leave
leave
it.
their post. They're not supposed to leave their post. He keeps saying that.
Clever.
Not supposed to leave our post.
And one of them is asleep. One of the guards is asleep. So Mickey and Mike start boxing, and Mickey punches Mike in the face. And then when he punches the wall moves because it's just like a cheapo set. And then they decide they're going to start a fire, or just at least start fire.
Yeah,
and they light these matches and like fire, hey, fire. And they blow them out. But Mickey's won't blow out.
It eventually blows out.
Yeah, but
and
right
Mickey's
before
the
his
kind of
fingers.
laughing about it.
Yeah,
For
because
sure.
you can't believe. Well, even Mike's giving him a look like, "What the hell's wrong with you? Just blow the thing out." And it won't blow it right before his fingers.
Yeah.
It finally goes out, which is awesome.
And they throw their matches on the ground.
Yeah, and then now the guards stomp over to them.
Spring into action.
Yeah, and pick up the matches and throw them in the garbage, and just like, goddamn litter bugs.
I don't think that's the quote.
So while they have the guards distracted, Davy sneaks into the room with like his bag and has a candle. He's like, no, wrong light. And he puts the candle down and then picks up, and it's a flashlight.
Yeah.
Got the flashlight, got swinging it around, finds a painting, pops the painting off. Behind a safe, but it's a painting of a safe.
Yes.
Takes that painting off, and there's a smaller safe behind the painting of a safe.
Excellent.
Yeah. So Davey has the infinity bag, and he puts it down, just pulling like everything out of it, all kinds of
Infinity bag.
stuff. Like a huge pair of plier things that cut
Yeah.
chains, I guess.
A bolt cutter thing, yeah.
And then a rabbit.
Large rabbit.
Yeah, a large live rabbit. He pulls it out. Then he gets some dynamite stuff, hooks up to the safe, and goes behind a chair, blows it up, and he blows up the thing beside him somehow.
Yeah, it's strange. Another safe, by the way. This is a third safe.
Yeah.
Put another check mark. Third check mark besides safes.
And blowing up the wrong thing
Blowing up the wrong thing.
has happened.
And you're attempting to blow up a safe.
Yeah, as it does. So then he tries to pick a lock with the stethoscope. Like puts the thing on.
Yeah.
He's listening to it, and it's playing Last Train to Clarksville whenever he puts it on the safe for whatever reason. And then a surreal moment. He puts on gloves, and he has 2 extra hands.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy and hilarious. I don't know why I think that's really funny.
That whole sequence was like Abrams Zucker, like the airplane humor.
Yeah.
It was just super funny, just very silly, some surreal, weird shit going on.
Yeah, and it goes back to the don't bite your nails thing.
Yeah.
That's like the low-hanging fruit of all this stuff.
True.
Throughout this episode.
Just the visualness of these particular puns. There's no words. No one's talking. It's just the jokes themselves.
Yeah.
It's neat.
It's a good time. And so the homeowner comes up, and she wants to show her friend the Maltese Vulture.
Yeah.
So the guards let her into the room, and then outside of the room, the gypsies are on the ground floor with Peter.
If they don't drop that vulture in 5 minutes, it's curtains for you.
Oh, for a minute I thought you were going to kill me.
Free curtains.
Yeah. Mickey and Mike burst into the room. For some reason, Mickey's like an appraiser.
Oh, it's beautiful, Madam Anthor. It's magnificent. You know, you can hardly see the floor.
And he picks her, like, oh, you can see it over here in the sunlight. And she's like, it's nighttime. And then he throws it out the window.
Yep.
And just as they're about to kill Peter, he catches the Maltese Vulture.
Yeah.
So the homeowner woman, she looks out the window and she sees Peter has the Maltese Vulture, and she tells the gypsies, who she recognizes from the audition, to grab him. So then the gypsies are in the right place at the right time, grab Peter, bring him inside. They look like heroes. So the guards have Davy and Peter and all of them, and then Mickey says,
"Hey, I don't like the way that guard's acting."
What, are you a talent scout or something?
I just thought that was a funny line.
A little subversive.
Davy's got some good lines in this one. Last couple.
Even just the physical comedy laughs for Davy in this one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
And Captain Highliner's in the background, if you notice. I swear it's him. Mr. Clean was in the other one.
Yeah, it's possible.
There's product placement all over the place.
Yep.
And the lady says that the gypsies, in her gratitude, they can take whatever they'd like, which is a weird thing to throw out there.
Yeah.
And they say, of course, that's what they're going to grab. She goes crazy, but it leads right into the Monkey's Romp number 1. I think number only.
Yes.
In this episode. And Dollars to Donuts, here we go. Keep pushing that single. I'm a Believer is in for the 4th episode in a row.
Boom.
And in this episode, it's the only song played in a romp style fashion. Like at the beginning.
There's a little bit of Let's Dance On when they're painting through the party.
Yeah, that's it.
And then there's
Marco's ruining
Clarksville
everything.
On the safe.
Yeah. But overall, this is it. So in this romp, it's the boys trying to beat up the gypsies and having no luck.
Nope.
Like Davy's a battering ram.
Yeah.
They just try punching them, and
Davy tries the flying drop kick. It does not work.
Yeah, I hope there was a mat down for him. He really goes horizontal.
For real.
Always going horizontal, babe. I love this version of Davy Jones we've created.
Extra swinging, Davy.
Yeah, it's fun.
Man.
So while this melee is happening, all the people are watching, and Mama's going around just stealing everything from them.
Yeah.
Like their watches, their necklaces, their wallets, everything she can get her hands on. And see, I don't know if this could go now with like gypsies doing this. Do you know what I mean? Like the idea of what gypsies
It's a little problematic.
were versus what like actually they are people who are stealing shysters.
It's true.
But yeah. So and there's the same live footage of I'm a Believer from the last episode.
Yeah.
And probably from the episode before that too. This Mark goes with a yo-yo and Peter cuts the string off of it.
Oof.
Yeah, just a bunch of ridiculous things. They get up, they put on football helmets to try to fight the gypsies, and then they shoot a cannon right in Marco's face. But luckily, he catches the cannonball in his mouth.
Yeah, of course.
And so then the guards somehow realize, because they stole the Maltese Vulture right there. The guards seize them, and the cops come, and they're arrested, essentially.
Boom.
And then for some reason, now Mama loves the monkeys. Because they showed them that they don't have to steal anymore.
Yeah.
And they can just make more money in show business with less talent.
Yeah.
But they're still going to jail.
To get escorted out at gunpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's very happy about it.
I love you all. You will always be my gypsy son. I love you all, and don't forget.
That's strange.
And then the boys realized that she took all their watches and their wallets.
Yeah, that's why she was happy, I guess.
No, might have been. Maybe that's why she went over to hug them.
Yeah.
To swindle their stuff.
Smooth.
Oh, man. See, she even got me. And
Wait,
no one hustles me, baby.
Did you have a watch on earlier, Paco?
What the hell? And they asked Peter if she took his stuff, and then they realized Peter's gone. She stole Peter.
Stole Pete.
Again. And that's how the episode ends. They go running after her.
Oh.
So it's a crazy episode, actually.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah, like, how do you feel about this one overall?
It's pretty good. It's troubling, the lack of the tunes.
Mm-hmm.
The tunes are used just in the little snippet moments, except for I'm a Believer. Mm-hmm. I guess there's just a lot of romping to do. Not necessarily romping, but each guy with the gypsy dude doing a little scene.
They're split up a lot.
And it's definitely like a kind of a shared episode.
Definitely.
For the first time, it's not really, the episode doesn't belong to any one of the dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And also there's no female to fall in love with or anything.
No.
They really did that with Davy and Fern. They did it hard in that one. It's like, okay, let's pull back.
A little bit. They still got Maria the Gypsy has a nice MILF vibes about her.
Yeah.
But
no one falls in love with her.
Yeah, there's no young love interest in this one.
Yeah. Or even old love. Just no love. Just general love, I guess. Guns in it? Yep.
They're guns.
Yep. Just barely. Only one instance of guns.
The cops at the end pulling the guns?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
that's probably.
Yeah.
Either way, more guns.
There's guns. This is not a gun-free episode.
No.
Nope.
Highlight of the show.
Great question.
I'd say for me, it's when Mike's getting held up.
Yes.
And that whole Mike Mickey whole thing there, I think is funny.
Yeah,
the matches is funny.
There.
The boxing is funny.
But wallet mine is now.
Wallet mine his now.
It's just such a great little.
The delivery of it
piece
is
of
what
comedy.
does it. If he said it frantically, it wouldn't be as much. But just like, yeah, no, wallet mine, his now.
It's great.
Just breaking it right down that something bad's happening.
Long story short.
Yeah. How can I say this guy stole my wallet in the least amount of words?
That's it.
That's probably it.
That's exactly it.
So yeah, for you, is it same or
yeah? I think that's where we're at.
Best musical moment? There isn't really. I'm a Believer. But
Not a lot.
There's no choice.
Clarksville was a kind of surprise in the safe, and like Davy's faces where he's like, "What the? What's going on here?"
Do you think it's their way of saying like, okay, this song's in the vault. Like you're not going to hear it. So you go to the vault.
That's a pretty.
We're moving on.
It's pretty convoluted there, but maybe.
Look at the monkeys. Convoluted.
True. But yeah, I don't think they were thinking, okay, let's put it in the safe to represent the thing. That's a bit much.
I bet you Mike Nesmith would say that just to get it started.
Put that in the vault, yeah.
Classic Monkeys moment. I would say maybe the play on We Are Standing Up.
Yes, the twist on that is very cool because the We Are Standing Up thing is when Dave says, I am standing up. There we go. They bust that out every show he was in, man, and at the live show.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They would always kind of try to find a way to work in that and like some various other of their jokes.
Yeah.
That they've told almost as many times as they've sang Last Train to Clarksville, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they have their patter pretty down.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. So, a couple did you knows. In the original storyline at the end, when they steal all their stuff, Peter runs after them to get their stuff back. And when he gets outside, he realizes that they stole his pants.
Stole his pants.
He has no pants.
Wow, dude.
So that got ditched. We already talked. Yeah, Marco is the same guy from Royal Flush.
She's got my jacket.
Vincent Beck. I'm not even sure who that is in this episode, but he pops back up in episode 41. And Gene Dianarski, who plays Zeppo, he pops up in episode 26 as Toto in Monkey Chow Mein, which I feel is a show that could not be played nowadays. Just from the sound of it and knowing that this guy isn't Asian.
The gypsy names are very similar to the Marx Brothers names.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only one that's exactly the same is Zeppo.
Yeah, Zeppo.
But they got Rocco, Kiko. I forget who the other one is.
Marco
instead of Harpo. Kiko instead of Chico, and Rocco instead of Groucho.
Neat.
Nifty.
Yeah, and then Zeppo instead of Zeppo.
What can you do with Zeppo?
Yeah.
Which is, if you've seen a Marx Brothers movie, is a sentence they had to say a lot. And eventually there were only 3 Marx Brothers.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another podcast.
Well, eventually there was only no Marx Brothers.
For real.
Forget it.
So if you're 100 years old and into the Marx Brothers, keep an eye out for our Marx Brothers podcast. In a couple of years.
No, that's kind of cool because the Monkees very much were the Marx Brothers.
Yep.
In a lot of ways. That's what John Lennon said.
No, yeah, that's right.
But yeah, fantastic. I like this episode. Again, it's moving towards, next episode will be in 67.
It's true, man.
Unless there's like a New Year's Eve episode. Or no, that still wouldn't be it, right? No,
like it's aired in 67, but they probably shot it in 66. But then there's the stuff they shot away from California.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah. Because I know it said in the production notes this was shot in October 66. Mm-hmm. Good 2-month turnaround.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick.
Either this episode or the last episode, I read it. Like when it aired, they were on the road for their first show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that would be terrifying, I bet. Because, you'd come out like your first real gig is like to like an arena.
Well, now they played on that train.
Other than that train, which was always a disaster. But they have the footage of it in the box set, which blew me away. Because I'd never seen anything. I only read about it.
Wild.
Yeah, that was unreal to watch. Fantastic.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But talk about being terrified. That would probably have been so much more terrifying. You're on a moving train.
It's crazy.
But anyway, now it's time for everybody's favorite segment, the Wool Hat of Mystery. We're going to pull out 3 new songs, put them in the top 150 Monkey songs, of which right now we have 42.
It's true. But for today, I think, because it's a very special song, and a very special role in the history of the Monkees, I'm a Believer was on for the 4th time in a row. Mm-hmm. And then it was number 1 on the charts for 7 weeks in a row.
That's crazy.
So one might have had something to do with the other.
Yeah.
Probably.
Exactly.
So I think for that reason, we got to talk about I'm a Believer today.
Oh, and put it in?
Yeah, we'll put it in.
An honorary slip-in?
An honorary slip-in, as they say. Wow. So yes, that's correct. Today's honorary slip-in is I'm a Believer.
Here we go.
Written by Neil Diamond, sung by Mickey Dolenz.
Love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me.
Solid tune.
Definitely. Like, was it ever released by anyone else?
I think Neil Diamond had his own version of it out after.
But like, this is the quintessential version.
This is the quintessential version of it, and then Smash Mouth put it out.
That's right.
On the Shrek soundtrack, which is just basically the same song, but the whole thing is hosed down in like Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Yeah.
And then I saw her face. I'm a believer, and not a trace of doubt in my mind.
Every instrument is just over neon caffeinated, and it's just
such a weird.
It's something, but at the same time, this Smash Mouth version of I'm a Believer might have been a lot of people's gateway when they're a little kid, when their parents are like, oh, that's not really a Smash Mouth song. There's a band called the Monkees. The Monkees, what are the Monkees? Well, here.
Yeah.
And like, maybe it's probably led to some Monkey fans, as
hopefully
begrudgingly we feel about the Smash Mouth version of the song. It kept a Monkey song in the conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
And
does what it does.
And continued the culture, its impact on the culture.
Do you think if they had just used the Monkees version of it, it would have gone like a Monkees kind of like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Give them a little bump.
Maybe.
Because it's so similar. I can understand, though, because it's Smash Mouth and they were like a top 40 band or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been strange if they just popped the Monkees version into Shrek. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Do the Monkees version.
Yeah.
Frigate,
yo. Yeah, I guess they didn't, though. But I think in a lot of fans' eyes, I think it damaged the reputation of the song itself.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And to the point where I think a lot of people listening are probably in a lot of online Monkees groups, and one of them had a Monkees song ranking thing, where first, I think it's the Monkees musical tournament, and first you rank the songs on the albums, then they take the top 3 songs in each album, and then make the big rank, and it's like a Final Four style tournament.
Crazy.
And More of the Monkees, I'm a Believer didn't even make the top 3.
Really?
Yeah, based on fan voting. That is not a top 3 song on More of the Monkees. Did not make it onto the countdown. And I think it's on a short list of pretty much the most important Monkey songs of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But it got kicked out in qualifying.
Yeah.
So that's strange. That's not going to happen. We're not going to leave it off the list over here at Podcast Valley Sunday because it's a major tune. It's a good tune. Nice tootling organ riff.
Yeah.
And like a killer vocal performance by our guy Mickey Dolenz.
Mm-hmm. And it's a song you put on someplace and everybody's into it.
Yeah.
Like everybody starts dancing or singing along or whatever the hell as soon as it comes on. Even if they don't want to be. It's like, you know it. Everybody knows it somehow.
Yes. One way or another, they've been exposed to I'm a Believer.
Yeah, exactly.
And on setlist.com, if you sort by how often the songs are played, I'm a Believer has been played more often than Clarksville. And it's not close.
No, I believe that for sure.
And that's wild to think about because for a long time, you just presume Clarksville is that song that gets played absolutely every time. But it's probably I'm a Believer.
Yeah.
It's kind of their signature tune.
When I was first getting into the Monkees, I didn't really know Clarksville at all. Like it was just another song on the greatest hits.
Yeah.
I didn't know like how it was like the first song. And I learned that obviously as you get into things. So yeah, for me, it wasn't one of those like, holy man, because I hadn't heard it like on the radio, whereas I'm a Believer and Daydream Believer. You just kind of, they're just around all the time.
The Believer duo.
Yeah, the Believers.
Yeah,
but
true.
yeah, so anyway. So yeah, what do you think? Where does it fit in on this Kunt Doen?
It's probably a top 10. Like there's Stepping Stone and I Love You Better. Mm-hmm. And then I'm a Believer should be right around there.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
It was actually, is it better than Valerie?
Oof.
You know, I think Valerie's kind of important.
Yeah.
To us particularly.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, maybe between Love You Better and Valerie.
Yeah.
Valerie up top, and then we'll put I'm a Believer.
There you go. And
special shout out to Mickey Dolenz' high harmonies on the chorus every time. I can't do it myself. You hear that the high note.
Oh.
And it's just like once you listen for it, it's there every time, and it seems like one of the things that Mickey is able to sing along with himself, hit this extra note, and it just adds another layer to the tune.
The Mickey Dolenz blend of voices.
The Mickey.
Yeah.
So that's
there you go.
Less than rando, but I think it was a opportune time to talk about I'm a Believer.
That's a good call.
Since it was just on 4 shows in a row.
We're going
and about to be number 1 for 7 weeks.
7 weeks is impressive.
Very impressive.
And we're going to have to dig it out of the hat now. We're going to end up pawing it out again.
True. Be a shame. Oh, man.
What do we got now? What'd you pull out of the hat?
Up next, I'm feeling it's going to be a deeper cut.
Then I'm a Believer.
Then I'm a Believer, almost by default. It's I guess we do have to talk about the theme from the Monkees at some point.
Oh, there it is.
Because it's it is not a deeper cut.
No,
I'm a Believer. How about that, folks?
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees, and People say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
It's a rare 0.001%, and you pulled it out. Yeah, no, it's definitely the song people can reference the easiest. Like,
hey.
Yeah, and it just comes up, and I'm assuming every true Monkees fan, or not true, but every like deep Monkees fan, when this song comes on, they're like, ugh. Because it's the song that follows us all around, that people hit you with instantly after they don't play their instruments.
It's true. But when we're watching the show, I never skip it. Mm-hmm. Just let it roll.
Oh, yeah, it's a fun time.
But it's on a CD. Like,
yeah. I don't think I've ever seen them play it either. Like live, I've only been to a couple shows, but I've never seen them play it.
I've seen them do like a little vampy version of it, like before the Monkees even come out, before like Peter and Davy and Mickey come out. Mm-hmm. The band will do kind of like an instrumental version of it.
Yeah, okay.
And the saxophone plays the melody, or the video screen will start. They'll play a bit of the intro, and then the band will take over.
Yeah,
something like that. But
yeah. I've never heard them sing it.
Never heard Mickey go, "Here we come."
Yeah,
because they're already there.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we are.
Yeah,
we came down that street. We got a bunch of funny looks from some people we had to meet. And
we know you don't want this.
Come and watch us sing and play other songs.
We're the last generation. Sorry.
It's okay.
Keep going.
But I think we mentioned earlier, it seems very much based on Catch Us If You Can by the Dave Clark 5.
Now we gotta run. No more time for fun. When we're getting angry, we will yell with all of our might. Catch us if you can. Catch us if you can.
Finger snapping intro, and Here We Come Again, and all this. And then the snare, and it's definitely a kind of a chopped up, rearranged version of that. Mm-hmm. And they stuck it at the front of the TV show, and there's your theme. And it
just fills you in. Like it lets you know everything they're not going to tell you in the show. Just watch this, listen to it. Okay, let's go. Like it's going to be crazy now. So it definitely serves the purpose it needs to serve.
Go wherever we want to. Do what we like to do. We don't have time to get restless. There's always something new.
Yeah, see?
Hey, we're the Monkees. Anytime or anywhere. Just look over your shoulder. We'll be standing there. Hey.
We're the Monkees.
And so forth. So, like, it's on the record. It's technically a Monkees song.
Yeah. But, it goes, I don't love it, but there's songs on the list I probably like less. Like, it's a top 40, I think.
Top 40?
I think so. Depends what 40 is, but I know it's not going
40.
Below 41 or 42.
Don't make me count to 40. It's in the Peter Percival Patterson Pets Pig Porky zone.
Yeah.
Hard to believe, or you think it's better than... Because then it's Region a Girl and Let's Dance On. And You're So Good to Me.
Oof.
Remember that? A week ago?
Yeah.
I think we'll pair it up with Let's Dance On.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good
better
one
or worse than Let's Dance On? I think it's more better.
I was going to say it's better just because of its importance, I'd say.
Yeah.
Let's Dance On.
So we'll get to passing the Will Had a Mystery over to Paco.
Thank you.
For today's last song.
Pass the toque, you kook.
As they say.
And I am pulling out When Love Comes Knocking at Your Door.
Oh, Davy.
When love comes knocking at your door, just open up and let him in.
All right, so more of the Monkees. Mike Nesmith's least favorite Monkey record, I bet.
Yeah, for sure. When Love Comes Knocking at Your Door, pretty much your standard slice of Davy Jones cheese. However, I like the production risk, sort of. I don't know if it's a risk, but just the doubling up the vocals for the second half when there's another Davy.
I know when love comes knocking at your door that you're afraid
singing like a different melody over top, and it's kind of neat.
Yeah, yeah, and it's more of a rocky folk song than the schmaltz that he often gets attributed with.
It's not cheese, but it is a good talking about love.
Yeah, it's a safe song. Like
it is.
If you were asking your mom if you go see the Monkees, that's the song off the record you play.
That's a good point. Good point, Paco.
So I don't know. I'd say this is probably in like the 30s, maybe 30s or 40s. But I do have to say, I really do like the ending.
Yeah.
Just the melodies Davy does and that kind of thing. I really think that's radical.
Do you like it more than the theme from the Monkees?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because it has that ending that I look forward to. So it makes me listen to the whole song.
And it goes above the theme. We got the "You're So Good to Me."
Oh yeah, maybe after that one, like right in that little zone.
Okay.
Just a lot of stuff getting schmumbled around at the end there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's good. They made it sound neat, that tune. Mm-hmm. Love comes knocking at your door.
Yeah.
Feel free to answer when love comes knocking at your door.
At your door, at your door,
at your door, at your door, at your door.
That's the part I like, as you can tell.
How do you think they'd explain to Davy? So, Davy, here's what we're going to do. We're going to record you singing the second verse, but we have this other piece of music you're going to record on top. So you're going to understand there's two Davies now.
You wish, man. A lot of people do. Don't worry about it. You're not the only one, man. I'd love it, too, to save me time.
Would have come in handy during Look Out, Here Comes Tomorrow.
Yeah. You told me about that song. I was like, who's tomorrow, man?
And scene. Okay.
There it is.
It's time to put away. Thank God. The wool had a mystery, folks. And that just about does it for another week here at Podcast Valley Sunday. What do you think?
Yeah. Let us know what you thought of the countdown.
Yes. Hit us up on the social medias.
And we will see you in 7 days. So from Paco here.
And Jeff.
Have yourself a monkey little evening. Hey Monkees fans, if you like what you're hearing, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They're all at Podcast Valley Sunday. We'd love to hear from you. Also on our Facebook group, we'll be updating the countdown every week, so you can keep up to date with that. And if you can rate us, please rate us, but be nice. We're thin-skinned.